Good morning, all. It's Ben Nathan here. Now, we've got some really exciting things coming up for this group. Firstly, you may have noticed a slight name change. So what we're going to do, we're going to make this a much more interactive service. So we're going to be transferring you into the same room, but just with chat enabled. So you'll be able to ask us questions, you'll be able to interact. And we're going to be providing you with analysis throughout the sessions too. So we're going to cover both London and New York. So really, really cool stuff. It means we're going to give you some extra input over what are the best pairs to trade, what kind of setups are there. And we're also going to kind of give you a bit of insight into how we trade too. So more information on that coming soon. But just to get us set up for the day, let's have a look at what's going on so far throughout the session. So it's a good idea always to be aware of what the main news headlines are that are coming up for the week. Now, there's a few I've listed down here. Essentially, the ones I'm quite interested in, we've got a Biden meeting. Now, that tends to have a little bit of an effect on the dollar, depending on what's said. Other things that really stand out to me are the New Zealand inflation forecast on Wednesday. So we are expected to see hikes from the Reserve Bank of New Zealand. So if those inflation forecasts come out as expected or even better, that's going to strengthen our resolve on potential buy-ins on the New Zealand dollar. We've got the OPEC stuff coming out on Thursday, as well as US CPI and UK GDP. So we could see movement on the dollar, the CAD and the pound on Thursday. And then on Friday, the UK GDP estimate as well. So very much inflation-based stuff there. In terms of what's been going on, over the last sort of 24 hours, so the Dixie has been climbing back above 95.5 post NFP. So interestingly, we had some strength from the dollar. Participants are looking at that US CPI release for further clues about the Fed. What I mean by this is further clues as to what the next move is, when we could see some hikes or some action, and that's of course going to affect the long-term fundamental picture. So I'm very much long biased on the US dollar today. The euro has been performing quite well, but it's taking a breather at the moment. We are still expected to see the first hike in Q4 of this year. So we may well see the euro pick back up. Pound is range bound. So there are reports saying that we may see a no confidence vote for the Prime Minister fairly soon. So politically, there's a lot of uncertainty in the markets on the pound. We've got a choppy yen. Antipodians, so the Aussie and New Zealand are subdued after China set a significantly weaker than expected reference rate. Now, the interesting thing about this is China is Australia's biggest trading partner. So if China set really weak rates and it comes out worse than expected, you can see a knock-on effect on the Aussie dollar sometimes. So that's what's going on at the moment. Now, on paper, if I'm looking to trade, it'd be a case of looking at the Aussie US. I'd be looking to short that potentially. And then that's pretty much the main thing I would look at today. So if we have a look at a chart, now you can see what's happened is, if we look at what's been going on with the Aussie, we've had a fairly longish term downtrend. If you look at the 15-minute chart, it's a little bit different. So you can see a clear trend on the intraday, and that's what we're going to be looking to potentially trade to the upside. So if I move the Fibonacci here, and have a little look at what we're seeing on the charts, I'm seeing a lot of choppiness around this 50% level, indicating support and resistance. But what I'm also seeing at this 38% retracement level right here, I'm seeing we've got a spike here where price bounced back off, so it resisted. Price bounced back off here, resisted. It got above, then came back down, and it did get supported quite well. So I'm going to be looking to enter a long order at around the 0.70843 mark. So this is a Fibonacci retracement trade, and it's covered, the way we cover that, or the way we trade that, is covered within the institutional 101 Forex course. But yeah, I'm going to be looking to go long at around 0.70843, potentially taking profits 71056. And in terms of a stop loss, I'll be using a nice wide stop to start with and tightening it up around the news. Okay, so that's where I am for this morning. If we continue to rally up before getting a retracement, I may replot my Fibonacci and look for new entries. But that's kind of what I'm looking at for now. So have a good day, guys, and more announcements coming soon.